What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Tropical Habs back here today for a brand new video talking about some Montreal Canadiens trade rumors. Arpon Basu dropped something a couple of hours ago about Paul Byron and the Montreal Canadiens. Paul Byron might be involved in some trade rumors. Yeah, we've talked about for a Habs trade for a couple of days now. I made my prediction videos talking about the Habs. If you haven't watched this video, I invite you guys to go watch it as well. Subscribe if you want to be updated with every rumors that's going on with the Habs as well. Let's try and get 75 likes on this video. That would be amazing. So yeah, Arpon Basu, you know him. He's a really reliable Habs insider. He knows practically everything that's going on with the team. He said, and I quote, the Canadiens are considering trading Paul Byron contract net to an LTIR team looking to dump another player to free up cap space. So basically, they're trying to do the same thing they did with Shea Weber, but with Paul Byron this time. They sent Paul Byron to another team, and since Paul Byron's on LTIR, his cap space is of $0 in on the cap space of that team. So right now, Paul Byron's with the Habs. He's on LTIR, so his salary is not on the cap space. So that's the same thing they did with Shea Weber. They sent Shea Weber to Vegas. They took on Dadonov, and then Vegas free up the cap space of Evgeny Dadonov by doing that. Shea Weber's on LTIR, so he's not on the cap space. So it's a good way to free up cap space when you're trying to acquire another player. Let's say again, Vegas right now, they are allegedly trying to acquire Patrick Kane. They would want to add up a forward to their forward group. They're looking at Patrick Kane, at Barbashev, all of those guys, maybe even Timo Meier. I wouldn't even be surprised to see Timo Meier ending up in Vegas, because every time there's a player available, Vegas are trying to land him. Vegas do not hesitate to make moves. They traded Pacioretty for nothing to free up cap space. They got rid of Fleury. They traded for Heichel. They signed Pietrangelo. They are one of the teams that do not hesitate and that loves to take risks. So I think that they could be a good fit for that. Maybe you send Paul Byron over there. You get a player that they've been trying to get rid of for a couple of times now in Riley Smith. They've been trying to get rid of Riley Smith to free up the cap space. If you send them Byron, they can put him on LCIR. We get Riley Smith. We can flip him in 2 years to another team, get some draft picks, because Riley Smith is a really capable player as well. There's also Johansson in Nashville. There's also the Oilers that might be interested in trading for Erik Karlsson. So there's a lot of candidates that could work well for this trade, and the Canadiens could end up with a decent player that they could flip in next year's trade deadline or the year after, and in a bit of the same way that they did with Shea Weber. They turned Shea Weber into Dadonov, and maybe they will be able to flip Dadonov into a third or second round pick or a fourth. So you don't lose anything for nothing, and that's what Kent Hughes loves to do. He doesn't want to lose any players for nothing, and I think that's what he's going to do with Paul Byron, because it's practically sure right now that Paul Byron will never play a game in the NHL right now. And to be able to flip him to an LTI, to a team that need cap space for LTIR purposes, it's a good move. It's a smart move, and since Edmondson and all of those guys are injured, it could be a decent way to create value out of nothing for Kent Hughes and the Montreal Canadiens. And like I said, he did it with Shea Weber. Why not do it with Paul Byron? There's plenty of players that are capable of playing in the NHL that are overpaid right now, that are playing decent hockey, but because of their money, they're not playing to their salary. Some teams are trying to get rid of them, but they're capable players. And if the Habs can take on that contract in exchange of Paul Byron for the other team that he can free up cap space, well, I'd do it, honestly. And after you can hold 50% of that guy, flip him to another team for some prospects or that draft picks, and it's an easy win for both teams. So right now, the Canadiens are capable of doing things like that. And for me personally, it's a good option. It's a good thing to do to create value out of nothing. And when you're able to create value out of nothing, it's definitely good for the team. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. Do you guys have any ideas of players, teams that this could work with? I came up really quickly with Riley Smith and Ryan Johansson, but like there's plenty of other probabilities for that trade to happen. So give me your ideas in the comments below. Maybe the Oilers as well. I know that they have a couple of bad contracts. They could send Paul Byron, take on a bad contract with Jesse Puljujarvi or something like that. I think it could work fine as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys all think about this in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. It's been your boy Tropical Habs, and I'll see y'all later tonight for another video. Yeah, right. The Canadiens are playing against the Devils. The Canadiens are getting closer and closer to the bottom of the league. So I hope that they lose. I'd say a 4-1 victory for the New Jersey Devils. They've been one of the best teams in the NHL, so I strongly doubt that the Habs are going to be able to win this game. Kirby Dach is still out, so yeah, Devils will win this shit, and we're going to get closer to Connor Bedard. So yeah, give me your predictions about this game as well in the comments below, and I'll see y'all later tonight if something happens after the game for Habs review. Have a nice rest of your day. Enjoy the game, and bye-bye.